is so festive. It's so Halloween-y. Hey guys, Dave here, back in the kitchen, and I had an idea. I've got a crock pot in a dream, I guess you could say. I was watching a thing, I think it was like Pioneer Woman or something, and there was like this crock pot dessert idea, okay? And I was like, oh, that sounds really good, and it was a Halloween-themed dessert. I said, I want that, but I don't want all the carbs. Oh well. And then I was like, you know what? I could just make one that is keto friendly, that is like crock pot dessert. Obviously, this is gonna be very opulent and good and sweet. Hopefully, I've never tried it. I'm concerned about whether or not it's gonna actually work. I don't know if crock pot's actually the best cooking method for this, but I was stuck on the idea. I was hyper-focused on it needs to be a crock pot Halloween dessert where you can mostly just dump everything in. And so that's kind of what we're going for today with our new Black Magic Pumpkin Cheesecake Cauldrons. Cauldron? The whole thing is the cauldron, it's not plural. So this is the cauldron, and then you take the black pumpkin cheesecake out of it. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be fall themed, it's gonna taste good, it's gonna have that pumpkin spice action going on. I'm excited about it, so let's just try it out. We're gonna start off with a bowl. I think that's our most important first ingredient. Another primary thing for me was I wanted this to be really easy, and I think it will be based on where we're at. So we're gonna start it off with cottage cheese. You know, it's not really a delicious keto dessert without some yummy, cottage cheese. Let me just shoot the cottage cheese everywhere. This is in my way. Move out the way, crock pot. We'll get to you in a minute. So we're starting off with a bowl, 2 cups of cottage cheese. Am I gonna run out here? I think I have another one. We did run out. Hold on, let me see if I have more. Yeah, here we go. Does this smell good? November, oh wait, we're good, we got after Halloween, that goes bad. I'm instantly wondering if this is a big enough bowl to mix this in. Do I just mix it in the crock pot? Maybe that's the play. Maybe that's the play. This might be crazy, but I think I'm gonna do it that way. That way it can be like a true crock pot kind of dump meal. And we're just gonna put it straight into the crock pot. 2 cups of full fat cottage cheese. Then we need 8 ounces, which I think is a whole thing, of cream cheese. And it's supposed to be room temp, and I forgot to bring it up to room temp, so I'm gonna microwave it for like 15 seconds and see what happens. I used a little butter dish. I nuked it for like 20 seconds on my tiny little microwave back there, and it seems softened-ish. And then we want a whole can of pure pumpkin, not pie filling, but literally just pure pumpkin. I'll say this, I was, born in the 80s, grew up with the tacky Halloween of the 90s, and man, does it have like nostalgia for me. I love me some Halloween. With my kids, here's the thing. It's changed. It's different from when we were kids, right? Or maybe if you're a little older, from when you had kids and Halloween was like this event. Is this the right amount though? 1 can, is it 15 ounces? Yeah. No, it says 1 cup, not a can. Ooh, that was close. You're supposed to take a cup of this. When I was a kid, every single house had candy. Like, I could walk 10 miles from my house and my mom would let me alone in the middle of the night, which maybe wasn't the safest. But every house would have candy. So there's 1 cup of pumpkin into the mix. And it's changed because now, like, at least here where I live in Florida. Where I live, you've got like neighborhoods that participate. And so you have to like do your research and be like, well, what neighborhoods participate in trick-or-treat candy giving in my neighborhood or in my town or in a surrounding town? And it's like a whole thing. Growing up in Connecticut in the Northeast, like and the Northeast isn't like this anymore either. My brother still lives there. He tells me it's not like this anymore. But I would take my pillowcase and I would just walk around all the different neighborhoods and just collect candy with my brother or my friends or whatever it was. And we'd come back with just stacks and stacks of candy. But I try to recreate that. I will say I left my fridge open. Look how messy it is. No, don't actually. 4 eggs is what we need. I guess I will use 1 bowl just so I don't get shells everywhere. This is a big bowl for this, but we're gonna crack our 4 eggs. I try to recreate that effect for my kids and like take them out and make sure they get lots of candy, but it's tough. It's tough to find the right neighborhood and stuff. And so now they got these trunk or treat things. Have you heard of these? These are like events at churches and schools and things like that. Oh, I got it. And you go there and everyone like decorates their trunk and you walk around the parking lot and get candy. It's not bad. I don't hate it. You know, what we need to do is come up with a keto trunk or treat. That's the ticket. Okay, pour our eggs in there too. 4 eggs that was. So because like it was so sparse in the neighborhoods doing it, I started doing this thing with my kids where I'd take them in the neighborhood that had the trick-or-treating, but you could do the whole thing in like an hour. And then we'd wait for the trunk or treats to like be about to close. So like maybe they close at 8 or 9. Each one closed at a different time. And we would time it. We would go to the church or the school or whichever it was, like 8 to 10 minutes before they closed. Because if you enter the trunk or treat at that very moment, all the trunks have like a bunch of extra candy because they always buy too much, and they all just dump it into the kids' things. Instead of giving them 1 or 2 pieces at the beginning, you go at the end and they load up the kids. So we do the trick-or-treating, then we'd go to like 3 trunk or treats and clear out all the remainders of the candy. And I will say, my kids got a lot of candy. And this is why they're probably addicted to sugar, just like I am. Half a cup of heavy cream is gonna go in next. Maybe this Crock Pot Keto Dessert, dump meal, will be a good replacement for the candy this year. Because historically, every single Halloween, I end up gaining 10 pounds. But not this year, folks, not this year. Half a cup of heavy cream. So I'm using my 1/4 cup and just putting it in there twice. All right, and then we want to add a sweetener. I've got Swerve Confectioners, but you can use like an erythritol, or this I think is erythritol, an allulose, or whatever preferred keto sweetener you like. We want 3/4 of a cup of it, which I don't quite have. I do have this pure powdered sweetener, which I feel like I can just top it off with that. It's close enough. Close enough. Ooh, smoking. Have you heard about like the great lock-in? A lot of the fitness people are talking about September to December, we're doing the great lock-in. We want vanilla, at least 1 teaspoon, because that's all I've got, but maybe I have more. Aha, I found some more, yes. I feel like lately something's been clicking for me when it comes to that idea. Maybe it's because like I'm almost 41 and I had promised myself when I hit 40 I was gonna like lose my weight, or lose the weight, and keep it off. And I didn't really do anything for the first like 6 months of this year. But in June, I decided I really needed to focus and get aggressive with it. And it's been going pretty well. I just added 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm really quick to doubt myself. So like, I have a hard time believing in myself to the point where I'm like, yes, I'm really gonna stick with it this time. But I really kind of feel like I can. I feel pretty good about staying on my diet. That was ginger, half a teaspoon of it. And I've talked about it. I've been using a combination of keto and intermittent fasting, more focused on the intermittent fasting, sometimes cheating on the keto side, but not cheating on the fasting. That I've not been cheating on. We also want a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. So again, that's, I think, a really good reason to have recipes that are low carb, things like that, so that when it comes time like for a holiday, which is going to be the hardest time for me, because I always pig out Halloween, Thanksgiving, December. Basically like October, November, December, historically, I just eat whatever, whenever. I have the hardest time dieting in these holidays months. Oh, and then we want a 1/4 teaspoon of salt as well. I shouldn't dump it right over the crock like I am, but whatever. Now we are going to take an immersion blender to this and mix it all up smooth, but I am going to just make the spices a little further down so they don't go flying everywhere when I get my immersion blender involved. I have to find all the pieces to my immersion blender. Maybe that should be part of my lock-in, getting organized. Let's not tackle that this year. That's a next year thing. So let me know in the comments what you think you would like to lock in, if anything. All right, so we're gonna take our immersion blender, squish it down, and then there we go. Kind of mix this all up. We're gonna take a cup out, and I'll just put it into my glass measuring cup here. We want 1 cup of it out. We're then taking half a cup of Lily's dark chocolate chips and kind of sprinkling them. I've never made this before. We'll see how it goes. We're then supposed to add into that cup of stuff I took out 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. So we're gonna mix that up, and this is gonna kind of give it even more Halloween-y vibes. How do you think this looks so far? My biggest concern, I think it looks and sounds good. My biggest concern, well, first of all, is that this isn't mixing. But my biggest concern is that, what in the world? Absorb! Absorb, you batter. It's not absorbing. I'm bound to make an even bigger mess with this, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I've made a mess here, but you get the idea. This isn't really like a pouring consistency. But we're supposed to make, oh my gosh, supposed to make rings of the chocolate stuff. That is not working. All right, I'll just make dollops of the chocolate stuff. I don't know. Then we're supposed to take a knife and kind of do this little jobber to kind of, can you see that? The idea being it will, I think it's actually gonna look pretty good. So there we go. Hey, you know what? We could make it, okay, this is crazy. We could make it into like look like a leaf, like a fall leaf. Kind of looks like a leaf. I don't work at Starbucks, so I'm not a pro. All right, so we're gonna put this on low, the crock pot on low for 2.5 hours and hope, beyond hope, that this ends up being good. All right, guys, this is where we're at 2.5 hours later. Let me show you. This is our crock pot cheesecake keto Halloween action. It's like kind of gooey. It's got some yellow along the edges. You can kind of see it. I'll zoom in a little. And so we're gonna let it cool for at least 30, maybe longer. Maybe I'll put like a little paper towel under it, just so we don't get like liquids dripping onto the thing. We want it cracked open, but we don't want it getting all wet. All right, so it's been about a half an hour. I'm gonna take a look at this. Just throw that on the ground, it's fine. This dessert here. This is our Keto Halloween Dump Dessert. It's supposed to be like a cheesecake pumpkin cauldron. I like all the kind of like layers of chocolate there. We're just gonna take a scoop out and take a look. Interesting. Here's what it looks like. What do you think of that? Definitely interesting. So it says you can just scoop it out like this, or you can put it in the fridge, chill it, and then like make slices out of it. This is not a one-man dessert, and I don't know if it's good yet because I haven't tried it, so it might be disgusting and it might not be worth making, but if it's good, this is meant for like a party, a Halloween party. You got people coming over, everyone can take a little bit. If you were to eat 1/10 of this, you're gonna be at like 198 calories, 9 grams of protein, and 6 net carbs. Okay, so, I mean, this is less than 1/10, I would say. Yeah, I mean, you probably could have more than this, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna let you know if it's good. I have no clue. Down the hatch. Oh yeah, it's good. It's good. It's very good. But I will say, I don't like hot cheesecake. Never have. I've always liked a chilled cheesecake. I think this will be better once it cools, but it's actually crazy delicious. And the pumpkin and the chocolate and that nutmeg, it really does taste like a Halloween dessert. Like it really gets that vibe right. So if you're having a Halloween party with your keto friends or family, this actually is a really good option. All right, so it's been like an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours since we last spoke, guys. And let's see. This looks like it's chilled quite a bit. I'm gonna take a little bit. I had a nice high protein dinner, and this is my dessert. And then I won't be eating again until my fast ends. So I'll let you know how it is cold. Oh yeah, I definitely prefer it cold. It's so festive. It's so Halloween-y. Halloween-y, I don't know if that's the right way to say that. This is really good though. All right, that was it. Signing off.